welcome back to Judd's Guzzle stream, where Judd has just guzzled some Iron Brew. Tell us about your favourite guzzle you've just done, Judd.
Could you imagine if, like, suddenly we just got thousands of viewers pouring, like, oh my god, it's Guzzle o'clock!
Oh my gosh. The last one before the big finale.
The penultimate.
The last podcast we will ever do before the big finale. How do you feel? How do you feel, Judd?
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait for it all to be over.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not. It's not.
I don't know. We'll I think towards the end we'll do some reminiscing. But for now, I need to like actually turn on these lights that I've not turned on. Alexa, activate stream mode.
You're not listening.
Alexa, activate stream mode.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry. We're ending the podcast how we started it.
This is episode 249.
And we've still not managed to work out how to do this shit. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. I fixed it. Yeah, we look pretty now. So there's nothing special planned for this podcast. There'll be special stuff planned for episode 250, which will be coming like a while after this, basically. Oh fucking hell, I'm sorry, I'm trying to futz around with the camera. So basically, episode 250, we don't know when that's going to be coming. Maybe if anyone's interested, follow us on Twitter, on X, at TweetsBadly, and we'll kind of update on when the big finale will be happening. It'll be a big, fun celebration, massive long podcast with all sorts of drinks flying about and everything.
I think we should do it in Amsterdam.
Are you paying?
like on the street corner, like in a cafe.
On the street corner or in a which one?
Like a street corner cafe, like outside. We can smoke a big fucking joint, and we can fuck some prostitutes live on air.
Well, technically, on Twitch, if that is legal where you are, you're allowed to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't fuck a prostitute on stream, though, because that's showing taking pussy.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
We can't show your nipples now.
You can't.
Probably mine would be worse because they're more tit-like.
Yeah. Even though my tits are legal in this country,
yeah.
I can't show them on this stream.
Wild.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, we're not doing that. But it's gonna be fun. But I figured for this, like, we'll just do another podcast like we normally do. Like, there's no point making everyone towards the end a special one.
Yeah.
So,
I thought we'd do a clip show. Because they're always everybody's most hated episodes of a show ever, aren't they? When they just do a fucking clip show.
That's the type of thing that like a show would do on the penultimate episode as well.
Yeah,
it's always skip a clip show.
It's either that or like a beach episode.
Have we done a beach episode?
We've never done a beach episode before. Maybe the finale should be the beach episode.
We've done episodes where we talked about beaches.
Yeah. We talked about... This really is a clip show now, because we're talking about what we talked about before.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, get off it. I'm
going to get off it. Anyway, because we're in tradition, I'm a celebrity catch-up.
Yeah.
While I'm a Celebrity's on, I tell you about it because you don't want to watch it. So, of course, you want to hear it from me instead.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I just tell you who we like and who we don't like, basically. Alan Halsall.
He's from that one show, the Coronation Street.
No, he's not on the one show.
He's not on the one show, sorry, he's on Coronation Street.
Yeah, he's nice guy. He has had a child, though, and divorced. He's a divorced parent.
Ugh.
So we don't like that.
Divorced parent.
But other than that, he seems nice. Seems fun.
I've got two of them.
I know, same. Have I got two of those?
I should think so, yeah.
Do the step-parents count in that scenario? I'm really tired. I can't keep track of these things.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name. I'm allowed to say his stepdad's name on the podcast.
Well, Simon? Yeah, we've talked about Simon before.
Oh, has he been divorced before? Has he been married before?
No.
Oh,
not like that.
What do you mean not like that? What the fuck does that imply? Like, is it some sort of soul-binding ritual or something?
We do like to think that he has a lot of mystery behind it.
I think he's some sort of contract killer.
Anyway, back to this. Barry, he looks in this picture on Wikipedia that we're looking at. It looks like he's going to court for like some like shameful act that he's committed.
He looks like he's part of the IRA there.
Well, he is Irish.
Oh god.
But apparently, he was almost like a bit of a peace guy between the IRA and England.
Oh my! So that was real then?
No, because he was like a big Irish boxer at the time of IRA stuff happening, and he obviously had to come to England a lot for boxing.
So what? So they were just like,
they were just seen as a bit of like a bridging point.
Okay, all right.
I don't know a lot about it. I only know as much as he said on I'm a Celebrity.
Were like the IRA and the British police about to have like a big fight in the middle of the street, and he like stood in the middle of both sections and went, "Stop fighting!"
But in an Irish accent.
Yeah.
No, he just kind of punched a bunch of people.
So he ran in the middle and just started punching both sides.
And then they both stopped and went, Barry McGuigan's boxing! And they all just started watching him.
Great.
Colleen Rooney, she comes across as to me...
What the fuck is this photo that they've got of her? It's like somebody's quickly taken it of her, like, going upstairs in a McDonald's or something.
Probably. She's probably just been paparazzi. Why did Wikipedia choose some random, like... paparazzi?
Not one of her, like, on a red carpet or something.
It's
just
really
like...
old as well. It's from 2006. Oh, it might be a famous moment where she, like, freaked out.
The moment where she walked up the stairs.
Oh, she began presenting in 2006, where she assisted Sir Trevor McDonald on his show Tonight with Trevor McDonald. Inventive name, guys. Well done. You did really well. You should have called it something like Tonight Badly.
The Tonight Show. Or something.
Trevor Badly McDonald Badly.
Stupid.
In a programme about Rett syndrome. Is that where you have to do a morning show with Link?
I knew you were going to fucking make a reference to Rett and Link. I knew you were going to...
Oh, no.
It's a genetic disorder. What does
Sorry,
it do?
Colleen. I'd probably make sure...
Oh, from which her younger sister suffered. So every morning she has to wake up and go, good mythical morning. Or whatever the fuck they say.
Here's one for you. Because we've not got any more left, we can get cancelled. It's fine now.
Yeah.
Without knowing what happens to you when you've got Rett syndrome, will you show us what that's like to have?
Well, he sits like this, doesn't he? He's like... It's like just the he just like
and
the.
Then
You've got Rett
today
syndrome.
we're trying spicy chicken wings. See which is best.
Yeah.
And then you say
that's dope.
No, then you say let's talk about that.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Do.
That's Rett syndrome. Yeah. They're like watching them both through like this glass window. They've got like hazmat suits. They got.
Oh, it's probably an awful thing to be honest, but anyway, she's like a bit defensive, but all right, if that makes sense. And I think she's a bit desperate to come across as down to earth, which I think she's trying to be. So she kind of is, I suppose. Mm-hmm. But she'll never be able to shake the fact that she's a mega millionaire. I don't know. It's a bit. I feel like she would be nice if she didn't act in the way she acts. I suppose
if she just changed her personality completely, then she'd been all right.
I think it's that she's probably really nice and seems like she's really nice, but like her body language and stuff just don't. I don't know. It don't vibe with me particularly well.
I get you.
But she seems like a very nice lady.
Is she one of those that's like, hi? Like, you're right. Not actually.
I think so.
Yeah, one of them.
I think you've just got Rett syndrome right now.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, no. It's not funny. Stop laughing, it's not funny. Whenever we laugh at something offensive on this show, that's like acting.
100%.
It's not us actually laughing. We're acting. We're acting like villains for comedic effect.
Yeah.
Danny Jones, obviously, he's from... that picture does not look like him. What? What are the pictures that Wikipedia's picked?
I've seen pictures of Danny Jones, and he looks like blown up in that picture. Like he's been stung by something.
Do you know what he looks like? It looks like someone's doing like a tribute act. And they're playing... Why does he look like that? Oh, I put it on the wrong thing. One sec.
He doesn't look like...
Look, there's the picture on Wikipedia. Not that anyone can see because we're on a podcast. There's a picture from Wikipedia where he like looks weird and kind of rounded, and then
That's like a different person. That's bizarre. In this first one that we're looking at, he kind of has like the proportions of season 1 Always Sunny in Philadelphia Mac. But then if
that's
you
a
look,
good description.
yeah, but then if you go, that's Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, weird. Anyway, I like him. He's a cool guy. Plays guitar well. Good music from the north. GK Barry, she's the social media influencer on this one. Normally, like going into this, the types of social media influencer they're going to want to get for this type of show, I'm not going to like.
Yeah.
And last year, Nella Rose massively confirmed that and was the worst by far. GK Barry's the opposite. I knew about her before going in, but weren't really into her content. It just definitely weren't for me. But because she's been in content that I am interested in, I actually really like her. I appreciate her a lot.
She's the same age as me, and she looks so much more mature than me. I don't want to say old. I'm not saying like old, like she's old, like she looks old. She just looks like she has this sort of air of more maturity about her.
It's
like
the makeup she's wearing. If you see her in the jungle, she looks like 19.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. But she's nice. She's cool. She's funny. I like her. I'm not.
She's just a cool, funny woman, guys.
I'm not about to watch her content now because I'm still not into that shit. But you know, sure, plenty of people will be. Moira, I think she's a Love Island lady. I don't know. She's the palest person I've ever seen. She's Irish. She's paler than you. Holy fuck, she's crazy. So pale. I bet she weren't on Love Island, though. Moira Higgins. That'll do.
She doesn't look pale.
In all these pictures where she's got, like, fake tan and stuff like that, she don't look pale at all, but then she turns into, like, a ghost.
Yeah. You can actually see near her hair where the fake tan's sort of like...
where it's washed off.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what GK looks like when she's not got makeup on.
Yeah, she just looked like a 19-year-old there.
So yeah, Moira, she's all right. She's kind of fun and outgoing, but she freaks out a lot of the bugs. She's not like quit doing anything.
I thought you said she freaks out a lot of the bugs. Then like she's scared.
She's so pale. Yeah. She's shining light on it. No, but like. There's some flashes where I can see how she could be bitchy for sure. I think because she's in a group of other like decent people, it's flattening that out.
Do you think if the cameras weren't on her, she'd be different?
No, I don't think that. I think you can just. I think it's just like there's not room to be bitchy too much, but I think she could be a bit selfish, perhaps. I don't know. I'm being very nitpicky and small, which it doesn't come across as that much, but she's not one of my favourites. OT is the same as I described last time. She's just very positive and right on the boundary of being too positive, but not. She's not there yet. She's fun. I like OT. Reverend Richard comes across as like
I want this guy to win.
Why?
Because then he's doing it in the name of God. So.
He is so interesting.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
The second I saw Reverend, I'm like, this is my favourite character. I don't even watch
character.
Yeah, character. It's not a real person.
So he was living somewhere with his parents or something. He realised he was gay. I don't know why my voice cracked when I said gay.
No, that's telling, but...
He realised he was gay and like fled to London. I say fled. I don't know as he would be.
He fled to the gayest place he could find.
No, that was his words. But I don't know as he were being abused or like anything like that. But like he went to London to go and be gay. Then he met this other gay guy who was from Scotland who'd done a similar thing, and started that guy who he became friends with ended up being in a big pop group. And when they were in America, that pop group, they invited him to come and play saxophone in their band. And then he and the guy who he'd met actually ended up forming a different pop group, which was even more popular. And
what were they called?
The Communards.
I feel like I've heard of them.
I think they did "Don't Leave Me This Way."
Oh yeah.
Let me see. What's their song? How did people not know these guys were gay when they were popping about?
Look at how they're draped in all over each other.
Holy shit, Dakota's 12 has followed on the second to last podcast.
Yeah, let me tell you,
Well
you've
done.
not got a whole lot of content coming in the future.
Yeah, this is kind of our last stream in a way.
Yeah.
What's the Communards' biggest song? But thank you for following anyway. Stick around though, because we have got a big finale coming up at some point. We don't have a Discord to add, but you can follow us on X or Twitter at tweetsbadly. Well, hey.
It is Don't Leave Me This Way, then.
So there you go. Yeah, so he formed that band, and then when they were done, he became a reverend.
Oh, he did that. He did that at the end. Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so yeah, and then when he's like talking to all people in camp, he's like really interested in them in the same way I would be, and he like really thinks about what they're saying and stuff like that, and I really appreciate that. He's probably top 3 for me.
I saw partnered Jimmy S like in the part of like peripheral of my vision, and I got really scared. I was gonna be like partnered Jimmy.
No. I think he married someone and then they died. And now he's dating someone else or something. I don't know. Melvin, he's nice. I mean, I think I like him a bit more than Moira.
Is this Melvin, brother of the Joker? Sorry, don't even answer that. That's such a fucking stupid reference. I'm so sorry. Continue.
Do you know what we're going to have to end with? So Melvin, he's decent guy, kind of quiet, pretty fun. He seemed to have a rough time of it. Did a lot of the jobs and then got a bit overwhelmed and didn't get much sleep one day. And he got spotted and it was nice. He's just like a chill, normal guy. Not much to say about him. Talisa, a little bit similar to Colleen, except there's more about her that I don't think I'd like. But that's just like a guess. There's not anything actually that she said or did that I didn't like very much, but I just I've got a feeling that if I got to know her more, I'd not like her. Then Dean, who last time I was talking to you was our least favourite because he'd quit 2 trials.
He's our least favourite.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get a say in this.
All right, fair enough.
And he probably actually is my least favourite still. He didn't want to pull his weight around camp that much, and then got in a almost argument with Alan about that at one point.
This is what pisses me off as well. Go back to whoever you were just fucking talking about, Dean. Ooh, it has been previously presented on Gaydio. Ooh, it's like gay radio. Look, listen, shut the fuck up about being gay. It's not like this great thing. You just are. Reverend Richard over here just is. You know what's great about him? The fact that he's a musician and he does like a million other fucking things and he's like an interesting, cool guy. Not that he sucks cock. Shut up about Gaydio! Shut up! Anyway, go on.
Judge's been waiting 249 episodes to say that.
Look, I gotta say, as someone who is inadvertently part of the LGBTQ, whatever the fuck, community, because I like a bit of cock on the side.
When was the last time you grasped a cock?
Oh, hold on now. Hold your cocks, everybody.
Or had a guy grasp yours voluntarily?
It's been a while. I'd say probably maybe about like a couple years, maybe even. That's not because I don't want it.
Oh, no.
That's not. No, I don't lose my card because it's not happened for a while.
I think you might be faking
I still very much like men's bumholes. It is real, I promise. But I got
it.
This is. I don't. This.
I'll show you a picture.
No.
And show me how much you like it.
Don't. Why are you just gonna show me assholes? It just typed in men's bumholes. Oh, why have you got 6? What the fuck is this? What's going on with this guy's ass?
We cannot show you this.
Alright, this is completely different now.
Don't do this. I've just googled man's bumhole, and someone's taken a picture of their back. And it's like, I think he's got a sealed butt.
He has no butt crack. Man with no butt crack opens up about his bizarre and painful condition. I don't like that one. I don't like that one, I'll tell you
what
now.
about this one? This is Wikipedia's version.
I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Hold on, give me a second. I'll find one. I'll find one that I like. Usually, this one's a lot better. Oh, no, not with the blood. Not with the blood on it. Why has that guy got a bleeding arsehole?
This one's better. Oh, it's got blood on it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're back on the crackless.
No, I don't want to look at the crackless man. Hold on.
Crackless.
Sorry, man with no crack. There's a horse's arsehole there. I'm really not seeing any appetizing arseholes right now.
So what we've learned is you're lying.
I'm not lying. These just aren't good arseholes. I don't know. Man ass spread porn. Because this is way better. Come on now, these are some nice asses. That one.
Why is that better?
Because that one's not bleeding and he has a functioning ass crack. That's why that guy's.
What about that guy? He looks like he's having fun.
Get off this. This is vulgar. I hate this. Get off it.
What are we doing?
The point that I was trying to get to, and this is the thing I am gonna say because it's the second to last podcast, and I don't care anymore. As a person who is a part of that community, I hate gay pride.
I've got some thoughts on gay pride. Yeah. You finish first.
Just first of all, why? Why do we care? What? Just go suck cock.
Well, you know why originally gay pride.
Yeah, I get it, and I get the reason for that necessary movement. I understand why that happened and why that needed to happen. Yeah, good. Not now. No, not now.
I like it now.
Not now.
Here's
you
why.
like it now.
Yeah.
I don't.
I bet that's surprising.
Yeah, it does.
Because that's how traditions work, and that's how they're formed. You could say that about Christmas or bonfire night. Who cares now?
I know, but the thing is, it's been warped a lot. Like before, where it was like this march and it was this things like we deserve equal rights and we want to be viewed in the public space a lot more. Now it's like, oh, let's get fucking like so nude.
He's enjoying being
like,
gay.
Yeah, no, but like then there's dudes walking around with like they were just full on the cocks out in like public space.
Yeah, that should be illegal as it is.
But it doesn't get...
That's not to say they don't get away with it. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
But pride, I like that it's like a more modern-day crafted holiday. But there's some bits about it I don't like, as in that sometimes some people take it to an extreme and do certain things that I don't think should be done. But I think that's the type of thing that gets refined over time. Like now, Christmas, you have a Christmas tree, you give some presents, you see your family. I think pride...
Then I don't then whip my cock out in front of the Christmas tree, start wagging it about in my nan's face.
But within the first 10 years of it happening, maybe people did
whack their cocks out.
Probably not whacking cocks out, but what they might have done, they might have sacrificed someone or a goat in the middle of their living room or some shit, which we now know, probably bad, gets blood on your walls. So, what I'm saying is, over years, it'll get refined, and then it'll be there as a holiday that we've kind of been able to see the coming about of, and I think it's pretty cool.
I honestly, I don't know if it will. I could only see it getting worse because I feel like it started off in, I don't know when the original march happened, maybe like 80s, I think, or maybe even 90s, but I feel like we had a few years period where it were those marches and then they worked, and then it became more of a thing like you're describing where it was a festival and a holiday. But now, in the sort of modern era, in the modern time, Jake,
in the modern era of gay
of gay pride, it now feels like it's becoming more and more warped.
I understand, and we don't want it to get too warped and out of place, and I'm sure gay people don't as well.
I don't know. Well, I don't.
Should we look at some more bumholes just in case?
I know. But the thing is, though, I'm always up for a bit of debauchery and like men having the cocks out and like bumholes being fisted and stuff. But I'd like that to be in like a
whorehouse.
Yeah. And okay, Andrew Ryan from BioShock has the.
We're not going down that tangent. Come on.
No, listen. Andrew Ryan from BioShock has always had the best answer to anything like this, and he says when he says to Sophia Lamb in the second BioShock, he says, "Miss Lamb, you are free." He goes, "Miss Lamb, you are free to practice anything that you wish in the comfort of your own home." Yeah.
So, like, rape and murder?
No, not that obviously.
Okay, well, he was so wrong, wasn't he? What a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
What a stupid thing you just said.
He did try to build a city under the ocean and, like, you know, had like a
I don't think we should base our society off of that guy. I played them games. I saw what happened.
We would be able to shoot lightning from his hands if we did, though. So
I'll weigh it up.
Yeah,
maybe I'll let it slide.
You could,
but another point on that. I know what you're saying, but something that does happen a lot with these things is it works like a pendulum. In that, obviously, before Pride was even a thing, you were so not allowed to be gay, it was up here. Then, and now you're allowed to be gay, we're in the swing, so we're over here now.
Yeah.
Where you're allowed to be too gay in public, potentially. According to some people, I don't know, I'm not going to go that far on it. So we'll probably swing this way again, where,
Why are we going back that way? What's to say we don't keep going that way?
It's a fucking pendulum, you moron. Look, so listen, this is what I'm trying to say. Most things end up working out like, it was all the way up here, and then it's swinging here, it's going to go back here, and then eventually it'll rest somewhere more reasonable in the middle.
No, but you see, because it started there, that means it has to get to... Yeah, actually, I don't know if that's how the physics works.
Nope, that's not how physics works at all.
Well,
my pendulum metaphor is not working because Judd's so stupid he doesn't understand gravity.
I think the homosexuals are going to grab hold of the ring and just move it further up anyway, because...
I think they're going to grab hold of it because it's more... It looks a bit like a cock, a bit like a shaft, so they're going to grab it and start licking all over it.
And they go, let the kids watch, they need to know, it's educational.
We've gone to parody now. But anyway, gay guy on I'm a Celebrity. Yeah, he'd loved being gay. I know but there is stuff like...
Gaydio!
And I know what you mean.
Gaydio!
In terms of, like... Yeah. There is an awkwardness with Pride because, like, being proud to be gay... That's who you prefer to sleep with. It's like a weird thing to be proud of. Like being proud to be straight. I suppose being proud to be gay, the idea of it was being proud to be... That what it was supposed to be when it first started was it was being proud to be who you are despite being hated on, even though it's okay to be who you are sexually. It's a really complex thing, but because people are idiots, that has to be simplified to be able to say you should be proud to be gay. Because you can say that in a sentence. But then people are idiots and can't interpret the nuance behind why that's being said. Yeah. So then they think that nowadays you should be proud to be all camp and a gay stereotype and things like that. That's not like... That's just how you are. That's just who you like to fuck. That's not anything to be proud of.
I know, I'm not proud... I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm not proud of it. I just do it. I just stick my dick in it. It's fine. And I don't feel like I need to take to the streets because I do that.
And tell everybody.
Yeah, and tell everybody. Yeah.
It's a little bit strange as well because, like, loads of straight people go to gay pride and dress up they do. And stuff.
But that to me shows more that people are just using it as like an excuse to like party and get fucked up. Why can't we just have Mardi Gras?
I think it's an equivalent. I think eventually that's going to be more common. It'll be okay in that, like, is it in Halloween we dress as ghosts and ghouls and shit? I'm not a ghost or a ghoul. Last time I checked.
So you're saying that people are just dressing up as gay or something?
Yeah, I think part of it's going to be that.
Maybe. What do you think these people that are taken to the streets with their cocks flapping about, they're actually like decoys? They're the deep state people trying to like put shame on the gays?
Probably just filthy pervets.
Okay, that's fine. That's all right then.
That's all right. As long as they're not deep state, they can.
Yeah, I know. As long as they don't work for the government, I don't care.
Anyway, I'm going to try and get through this because there's only a couple of people left. Yeah, Dean, he quit some challenges. What a fucking stupid pussy.
Yeah.
He didn't want to pull his weight, and then like one time he was sleeping, and they needed him to do something now because some like old lady couldn't fucking lift a can or some shit, and he was sleeping and he weren't doing it, and I was thinking, if that were me, if someone had woke me up and said, "Oh, Jake, Janet's just gone down," is she called Janet? Oh, Jane. Jane's just gone down to get water. She's going to need some help. And I'd be like, "Oh, fucking, I'm going. I'd be like, I'd not know what's going on. I'd be all blurry. I'd be like, point me in the direction. I'd immediately be up and going. But he was like, in his little fucking sleeping bag after he'd not done a trial, you know. So he was my least favourite. But Jane pissed me off, right? Because at one point, Danny and Barry got voted camp leaders, and they have to, when you're a camp leader, you have to go and pick what chores each campmate is going to do, but you're not allowed to discuss with them before you go and pick. And Barry was like,
sorry, that's the theme for Barry.
oh yeah, okay. That was
Sorry.
extra noise for some reason.
Sorry.
You've really done it. He was thinking, oh, some women here could deserve an easier job because they've been, they've had to do a fair amount of hard graft and some lifting and stuff lately, so I think we should put them on a bit of an easier job where they don't have to lift as much stuff and that.
Yeah, okay.
And then when they went to announce jobs, she would put on pot washing because you just have to wash pots and put them in a bag for someone to move out of the way or whatever. And she went, "Oh, sexist," or something like that. And they were like, "What the fuck?" Like no one else had an issue.
Yeah.
Just she was like, "Oh right, sexist then." And then they were like, Barry was like, "No, it wasn't like that at all. I promise you. We just thought you would want to do it because it was an easier job and you've been putting so much effort in so far. We were like trying to give you a break." And she was like, "Oh, ableist and sexist or ageist and sexist or something." And it was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. It was so stupid. To be fair, when they were out at everyone's way, Danny said to Barry, "Do we want to give one or two girls a more manual job to kind of spread that out a bit and not come across as so bad?"
Yeah.
And Barry were like, "No, because I think they'll thank us for it. They've been working hard. They'll want to have they'll thank us for having an easier job for once."
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's more important to appear like you're being equal than actually giving someone an easier time for once.
I would have just gone, okay, that's fine. I would have literally just given her the hardest job then.
You can't swap at that point. It's done. You were already done.
So she's literally just doing it as just like...
She's just moaning about it because she thought they were being sexist or some shit.
Is she gone? Can she go now?
She was first one to go.
She was the first to go. Nice. But maybe that tells you something, you fucking stupid bitch.
Yeah, but do you know what first thing she said?
Yeah.
When she got voted off, first thing...
Was it sexist?
Not like, oh, that's fine, or oh, that's a shame, or oh, I'll miss you guys. Yeah. First thing was, oh, hard work don't pay off then, does it?
Yeah.
You fucking snarky bitch.
Do you know what? Honestly. Do you know what, Jane? If we could vote you off the fucking planet, we would, you crusty old cunt. Crawl under a rock and die already. Fuck you.
Oh my god. And she said it again when she went up into your interview bit.
Yeah.
I went on Twitter after that to see what people thought of saying that. And everyone were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut up.
I know. Delusional. You're losing it in your old age, Jane.
How much do you reckon she's been paid to go on I'm a Celebrity?
Too much.
It's just shut up.
Yeah.
Most women fucking she gets paid, she must be paid tens of thousands all the time to go on a talk show doing fuck all.
You had to.
What are we doing?
You had to.
Yeah, we're doing it for free.
Yeah, we're doing it for free.
We've absolutely lost money on doing this. I've spent more on stuff for videos and streams. Absolutely. She gets paid a shit ton to go, oh, sexist.
Yeah.
Oh, my hard work is not paying off.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
And that's why you're the first start. Gone.
Yeah. Get lost.
Gone.
See, if she'd have not bitched about Barry's helpful assignment, I think Dean would have gone first. I think she'd have gone next anyway, because no one give a shit about her. She was just like mangy. Anyway, that's your I'm Celeb update. Who do we want to win? I want Danny to win, but I'm biased.
I want the Reverend to win. I want Farther to win.
Yeah, Reverend would be cool to win, or even GK. A lot of the rest of them I quite like. Alan and Barry are pretty cool as well. And Oti as well. Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind if Oti won. Yeah, I suppose she looks like that. Anyway. Next. Okay, so I need to give you some backstory on the next thing.
Okay, all right.
I I did all my Christmas shopping in one go, and I was using AI to help me pick what to get for people. It works really well.
I hate that I might use that, but I might use that.
Google's Gemini's was great.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a feature on it now, if you get it on your phone, where you just tap a button and just talk to it like a person, and you don't have to think about it.
It scares me a little bit, that. I know it.
Do you want to say hello?
No, I don't. I don't want to talk to it. I don't want to acknowledge it as a thing that exists.
Look, it's like this. Say hello to my brother. He's here.
No, it's got Joan to me.
Talk to her. Joan.
I can't if she's doing puns.
Alright, so I can't use Google search or the internet yet when we are live.
Okay,
For now,
that's
going
fine.
live is
Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. Judge, you say some stuff.
things like chatting.
Shut up!
Fine.
Anyway. It's obviously not meant to talk to more than one person, so there's that. But yeah, it works really well. Anyway.
I literally watched Terminator the other night. I can't talk to them.
The voice on it's really real now. Like, even until very recently, the voices on him, it's like, okay, I can tell this is an AI, right? Like, it's really good, the voice, but I can tell that it's like...
It's almost there. The thing is, though, thinking like the next 15 or 20 years, it's like just... What's going to be
Well, I'll not be
there?
talking to you.
You know, I'll be dead. I'll be
talking to that, and it'll look like you and sound like you. And it might have a blue hue just to let you know.
Yeah, and I can fit in the palm of your hands.
I like to imagine you'd look like a Force ghost.
Yeah.
And just for all I know, that could be what's happening now.
Yeah.
I might be insane. Anyway, so my cousin has just done really well in a fencing competition. I was like, oh, I didn't know he did fencing. Right. I know he likes to play guitar, he likes video games, but apparently does fencing as well. So I thought, I bought him some music stuff, I bought him some stuff for his games in the past. Mm-hmm. I'll get him something to do with fencing. Now, so I kind of told that to AI, and one of the things it's suggested was a book on fencing. Now, I didn't want to get him a book about how to fence well or anything like that, because obviously he's fucking good at it already.
Yeah.
So it recommended one that was a fictional story, but historically accurate, about a historical master fencer. Mm-hmm. So sounds great. I'll get that, as long as it's not too much money. Then it arrived.
Okay. Oh.
And I saw the cover of it, and it's not so typically like one, but I looked at that and thought, wait a minute. What am I thinking?
Yeah, you're thinking this is a smut book. This is some fucking horny middle-aged lady has typed this up on a fucking computer and got it published. That's what you're thinking.
Oh, fuck.
It is called Arturo Perez Rivera, the Fencing Master.
So then I thought, I'll read the blurb to check.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'd like you to read the blurb and let me know you're reading.
Okay.
It's in here. The first word's seductive.
A seductive, intricate historical mystery by the author of the internationally best-selling The Club Dramas and the Seville Communion? Sorry. Everyone in Madrid in the torrid fall of 1868 is discussing political plots and revolution, except for Don Jamie. He is a fencing master and a man of honor. And anarchism?
I don't know what I can't read.
How you say? Anarchism?
Anachronism.
Anachronism. Okay. For years, he has been working on a treatise on the art of fencing. I don't know why it sounds like Dracula then. The heart of which is his perfection of the unstoppable thrust. Oh my god!
I know. It started off with the word seductive, then it said a bunch of stuff. I'm like, this sounds alright. And then he says, the what did it say?
The heart of which is his perfection of the unstoppable thrust.
Yeah, then he got to the words unstoppable thrust, and I was like, oh fuck.
Well, he is approached one day by a beautiful and a mysterious woman with a scar at the corner of her mouth that hints at dark violence. She asked the maestro to teach her the unstoppable thrust.
Oh no!
And though Donna Adele de Etero's weapons of charm and elegance are formidable, Don Jamie declines. But he is entirely unprepared for the unhurried, sure, and inexplicable movements that follow. Soon he finds himself involved in a plot that includes seduction, politics, secret documents, and murder. rich with the historical details of a decaying world that agonizes, as does the art of fencing, over ideals of honor and chivalry. The fencing master is superb literature and an honest to goodness page turn.
So, is it a smut
I don't know.
It's a bit difficult.
Hold on, I'm gonna This is okay.
I think it might be a bit like James Bond.
Okay.
You know, in terms of like some plots going on, but there's some saucy romance going on.
This is page 116. Let's see.
Don't do the accent again.
Nothing on that one. No, they're just talking about like the landladies are owing people money. So
yeah,
far.
but that happens a lot in these smut books, doesn't it?
That does happen a lot in porn. He is at some point going to go, how am I going to ever pay you off? I don't know, you might be good. I don't know yet.
Look, I think it's fine.
It might just
If I've accidentally bought my 14-year-old cousin porn, then
it might just sound like porn because it's French. Like, you know how those people
it's
are.
Spanish.
Oh, well, yeah, again, that also, yeah, I feel like that works just fine. This just says, is he dead? So I hope it's not a porn.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, these are reviews. So the New York Times book review said, a thriller of marvellous intricacy. That wasn't me seeing it for effect like that. That's how slow I had to read it. Because I thought that said, before I fully looked at it, a thriller of marvellous intimacy.
Yeah.
In which that would have been worse.
So that's one for, I think it's not a porno.
Oh, do we go through Rose?
Yeah, I think...
Okay, well, I can't read so good.
Okay,
so.
all right. This next one is... plenty of frills pulled together with elegance. I feel like that could go either way, that one. So
okay.
I'm going to say 2-1 so far. An erudite? An erudite.
Erudite, yeah.
Erudite, funny, loopy, brilliant murder mystery. Action adventure spiced with dollops of idiosyncrasy.
Okay.
So 3-1 to not being a porno?
It's not a porno.
It's not a porno. It's not a porno.
But it kind of worried me for a bit.
Yeah.
So. Right, movies and TV stuff. While we're here, what I wanted to talk about first, I'm going to quickly slide in and go. Arcane has no business being the most dramatic, epic show just ever. Really.
Well, have you watched the second season?
I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch because I've really. There's not many shows I do this for, but Arcane's quickly gotten into it. It's one where I purposefully sit on my own in front of this, volume fairly loud, and just watch it.
Yeah.
Like Stranger Things is one of those. For example, if I look down here on our movies and TV spreadsheet. Let me just clear the movies off of here. Oh wait, streaming TV. So let me see. So Arcane's one, Clarkson's Farm's one, Invincible. I might do that for Daredevil. I would do that for like Marvel's Daredevil.
Yeah.
Utopia. I did that for. Smiling Friends, I suppose, but they're only 10 minutes an episode, so that's not so hard. But yeah, so I've been sitting down and watching. That's why I've I've only got through 2 episodes so far. But I put on the first episode, and I was a bit worried that I'd forgotten a lot of it. So I watched a recap, and actually, when I was watching this recap, I was like, what's all this? Like, it just, the recap didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I was worried going into it. But I needn't worry. It's like, it just didn't even matter.
Yeah.
Nothing could be happening. There could be no story to that, and I'd be like, whatever's happening here is some important shit.
It's just the most beautifully fucking shot and like animated thing ever. So you're just like, whoa!
Just craft this feeling of gravity. Like whatever they're showing you is some important shit. Like that's they're perfect at doing that. I think it's just more shocking because it does it better than anything I've seen. While being an animation.
Yeah.
Like, normally you'd expect that level of gravitas filmmaking to come from, like, live action first, and then maybe an animation could achieve it later. But it's, like, gone beyond, like, live action with it. It's just it's just impressive. It's so impressive. Now, having said that, I've not formed my opinion on the second season yet, because the biggest thing by far as to how good it is story. I've barely gotten much of the second season story, so second season could still get a 40, in theory. Well, it can't, because the first 2 episodes story were pretty damn good. So it could still get like a 50.
Yeah.
You know?
If the rest of the episodes were just like Jinx, like, I don't know, playing with no, you're probably right.
That might be alright. Yeah. If it was fucking, I don't know, who's a character that I don't like.
Heimerdinger playing with his
Jace? I don't like.
I think Jace is cute. I always thought Jace was cute. I'd look at his
thing.
I'd look at his arsehole. Jace has nice teeth. Does he have a teeth?
No, there's thing? No. It's not that they're bad, but there's something about him. I don't know.
Just don't like his teeth.
No, don't like.
Alright, fair enough.
There's like It's so fucking stupid. It's definitely my autism. There's like a gap that's like a really cool detail. It's not like a toothy gap.
Yeah.
A tiny gap at the top.
Yeah.
That I just always notice.
Put it away, Jace. Fucking hell, I can't listen to you talk.
You'll notice it when you watch.
When I watch it again,
he's got like I've got a like tiny. It's same sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, I bet the others do as well, but for some reason his, I just noticed. I don't know.
That's fair enough. All right.
But anyway, yeah. Just thought I'd mention it real quick. Joan.
No, not that's Barry.
Joan, do you know about Joan? You seen Joan?
No, I haven't seen Joe. Okay.
Where do I start with Joan?
Oh, great.
Joan.
Said Butcher.
Said, what's his boyfriend stupid name? Boise. He's called Boise. Yeah. So, oh god, this show looks pretty cool to me, because in the marketing material, it kind of shows her in like different outfits, and you know that it's like a crime drama.
Okay.
With how it's presented, and I was thinking that could be pretty cool. You know, someone who kind of like. Almost a bit like Hitman, and like, you know, with different outfits and personas and stuff like that. It's not about that too much.
Okay.
It kind of a guess is, but not as much as I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bit more drama, versus crime than I'd like. And so, and just spoilers for Joan, by the way, so I'm just going to describe the entire plot of the whole series. It starts off, Joan has a boyfriend, and he's like a wrong 'un, and she's got a kid, and she obviously very much loves her daughter, and
she beats a kid.
Her wrong 'un boyfriend like is nasty to her, and then runs away from her, and she has to, and then at some point, middle at night, some baddies come and like beat her up to be like, where's fucking Darren? I don't know. I've called him Darren. Right. I think that might be his name.
Yeah.
That was a decent guess. Yeah. And then she's like, I don't fucking know, mate. Where? And then
you're a fucking bitch. Like, come on, we only came to beat the shit out of her and fucking interrogate her.
But she doesn't know. Like, she doesn't know. He's buggered off. So, but then she has to go on the run because she don't want them to come after her and her daughter. And she has to put her daughter into care while she can sort her life out, basically. So then she starts working at her sister's hair salon to get a bit of money, so that she, what she should be doing is moving away from London and getting a flat somewhere and working somewhere else. But she keeps making the most stupid fucking decisions. Like, so she's like working there, and then she gets a call from like the child home. I don't know. Yeah. And they're like, oh, can you see your daughter at her foster family on Thursday? And she's like, yeah, I'll come and see her. And then she goes to her sister and is like, oh, I'm going to see her on Thursday. And she's like, what? You're supposed to be working. What are you talking about? You've got a job. You can't just piss off and do what you want.
Yeah.
And so she says, I'm sorry, you can't go. Like, I'm going to have no one to cut hair if you don't, if you go. So instead of heeding that warning, Joan decides to steal more money from her sister's business and then steal a car.
Oh, okay.
To go and hug her daughter once. Like, what are you? Just shut up. What are you, like? What the fuck are you doing? There's criminals after your daughter, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Like, the reason why this is more annoying, by the way, is not just because it's bad writing. Because what the fuck are you making these? Because even if that's a realistic decision that a character could make, doesn't matter. Frustrating to watch him make stupid decisions all the time. It's a true story.
Oh,
so someone actually did this as well. I don't know how dramatized it is.
It doesn't surprise me at all, though. It's like when you see stuff like that, and then you're watching somebody act, and you're just like, why are you making all these terrible fucking decisions?
Yeah.
It makes more sense when it turns out what you're watching is based off real life, because it wouldn't make sense to write it like that, would it?
I know.
So
she does that, and then she obviously gets caught.
Yeah.
So, but then she gets caught, and there's this like policeman that she kind of knows and has flirted with a bit before. Nothing very serious, and
does she scrape his prostate?
No, he basically, she's not into men's bumholes like you.
That was vile. That scrape his prostate.
He basically like lets her out on a warning. And she's like, please don't tell the child protective people I stole a fucking car. And for some reason, this is in the 80s, he's like, all right then.
Yeah, I feel like you could, as a police officer, do that in the 80s. Yeah. You could just go, I'll not tell people about this crime.
Yeah.
I'll let that crime, it can just get swept under the rug.
Yeah. So, yeah. Then she goes to, immediately from that, she goes to this pub and orders a double vodka orange.
Okay.
Right? And then bar ladies, or barman or whatever, I don't know, he's like, oh, that'll be £1.70, love. By the way, £1.70.
Yeah, that's 80s money. Yeah, but that's
double
80s
vodka.
though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, and she's like, oh, I've only got £1.30. And again, it's like, just look in your purse first.
If you know you only have that amount of money, why you spend it on a fucking drink?
I know, you've got a child trying to get back. And obviously throughout all this she's smoking the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, and stuff. And then she spies a guy at the bar who's like, oh, you're right, love. Well, hey, I'm a fucking quiet Cockney man. Oh, let's shag. And well, he's like, oh, I'll buy it for you. And then we'll fuck. And they did. And then, oh shit, I've missed a lot of stuff out. I've missed a lot of stuff out. Right. But it doesn't actually matter too much, that scene before. So I can't remember some stuff. She ends up, oh yeah, this was weird. She saw this jeweller's, right? And they were advertising for a job. They needed someone to work the reception at this jeweller's. And so she goes to this jeweller's and then looks across the road and there's another jeweller's. So she goes in that one instead. And then she's pretending she's doing her acting bit, to make her seem all clever and stuff. And she's like, oh yes, I want a jewel for, I hope my husband buys one or whatever. Some shite, I don't fucking care. And basically, it's implied that she's making this other jeweller's tell her everything you could want to know about jewels and stuff, so that she can nip across the road and apply for this other job with all that knowledge.
Smart, yeah.
I don't know how many hours she was meant to be in that store, but how much information can you get from someone from like an hour consultation? That's a long time.
Yeah.
So like, what was she going to get in an hour? Like, I don't know. So like, but as that were playing out, I thought that's a bit weird. It's a bit much for her to know from like an hour's consultation, but it weren't that bad. So she got this job. Eventually, the guy Bernard, who's running it, he's a pervert. They're doing a stock check where they have to lock up because they're going to get all stock out. It's not in safes and stuff, so they have to lock the whole store. So they're locked into the store, and she's doing stock check and that with him, and he's getting a bit pervy. So she goes into back to avoid him. Or she pretends she's going to play into it. Goes into it back. She's going to put a coat on so she's like, oh, let me just go freshen up. She puts a coat on his back. She's going to go to leave. She sees his left safe open. So she decides to swallow a bunch of diamonds. Okay. And if she was doing that, I was thinking, you could have just put those in your bag.
It's the same.
Or like, in your bra or something.
What the fuck does that achieve?
I don't know.
What does that achieve?
But she swallowed them anyway. And then Because, well, she's trying to steal them.
I know she's trying to steal them, but like you say, just put them in your fucking bra. Or what does that?
It's all just weird decisions, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least she's consistently shit at making these decisions, but because there was like just a few every episode, it ends up snowballing.
Yeah.
And like by end of it, the amount of shit decisions she's made, I was like shouting at the TV, like, stop making shit decisions all the time. It was so annoying.
At that point, you're just like, I hope you get fucking arrested or whatever it is that's going on. I hope they show up and kick your fucking
At this
head
point, I could still root for her. I was still trying.
Yeah.
So she left. Well, she had to come back out and she was like, oh, Saz, got me period, but she didn't say it like that, you know.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh.
Yeah.
So she leaves, and that's when she goes to the bar and meets that fella.
Yeah.
And sleeps with him. And
does he like try to fuck her in the ass and she ends up shitting out the diamonds? Is that what happens?
he's like, wow, you are a good wow, this is everything I want in a woman. No. But so she sleeps with this fella and then wakes up in his apartment and he's buggered off to work. Which I was like, that's a bit trusting. So she like starts trying to eat and drink stuff out of his cabinets and stuff so she can shit. Yeah. And I was thinking, you could go home. You could go home first or something. Yeah. Well, this is a lot more safe. So she manages it but then she's had to like shit in one of his bowls.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
You don't know this guy. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's implied she just washed it, whatever. She's got her diamonds. But then she goes to meet him at his job.
Yeah.
Long story short, turns out he's a criminal.
Okay.
And she starts dating him. And like
after she's just got out of a relationship with this other criminal that's now got like that's put her in this whole situation in the first place. Can we stop talking about this show? Because this is the point where I just turn the show off. And I feel like I'm watching the show now and I'm just
basically, she makes more and more shit decisions to the point where she gets caught. Oh, God. So, one of the heists that she does with this boyfriend is he sets it up. She's got to pretend to be this Scottish woman and find out where this painting is in this person's house.
Why does she have to be Scottish? Is there a reason why she has to be Scottish?
Because she does the acting thing, doesn't she? That's like a gimmick.
Is that it? There's no actual reason why she has to be Scottish.
Well, it's so it doesn't seem like her, so she's less identifiable.
Okay, all right. That just feels so much like, again, a bit on Always Sunny when fucking Mac out of nowhere is going to cause a distraction at this house and he's like, oh, I'll do a Swedish accent. And then Dennis is like, you don't need to do an accent. They don't know who you are.
Yeah. But no, because if they report it to police, they say, oh, this Scottish woman was here.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, so she goes and kind of does that, and then Boise, stupid name. She lets Boise in because she's staying up. Long story short, she lets him in. They get caught trying to steal his painting. So they know this the police know this painting. If that gets sold, they can trace it back to people easily. Yeah. So she's like, I can't fucking go to prison. I'll never get my daughter back. You need to throw that painting in the river, and we have to go straight. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're this Boise guy, I'd be saying, fuck off, bitch. Yeah. I don't know you. We've known each other like 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Now,
I'd probably also be thinking of how to kill this woman and dispose of her so she wouldn't rat me out. Like, because I'm a criminal.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a massive flaw with this show. We were never aware of how long these two characters have known each other. Yeah. It felt like total across the whole thing a couple months. But at this point, it felt like a week, 2 weeks maybe. And so, if I were him, I'd be thinking, fuck you. Yeah. No, just get out of here. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I'm not fucking handling your fucking dog. What do you provide me? Yeah. I've got the antique store. I've got the criminal enterprise. All you provide me is a shag and a daughter I've got to take care of for no reason. It's like, and that's not necessarily how I think, but obviously a guy like that absolutely
that's why, obviously me, I don't think, oh, now I'm going to kill this girl because she's probably going to sell me out to the police. But like, as I say, as a criminal, that probably would cross his mind.
He brought a gun to that heist, by the way. So he's got guns and shit. Yeah. So that goes wrong. So he agrees to do that. Yeah. But he kind of goes behind her back, and instead of just getting rid of the picture, he agrees to go straight. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So instead of getting rid of the picture, he's like, I'll just sell it fast before police can, like...
If you do a crime fast enough, they can't arrest you for it. You just got to be quick.
No. As in, before the police can gather themselves to be able to track something like that down.
Yeah.
That was his idea. But basically...
It's like a 5-second rule. As long as I do it quick enough, I get away with it.
Because it's so quick, it's really hard to get a buyer in time.
Yeah.
So the only buyers he can get are the IRA.
Why do they want it?
Well, this is actually fine. I can explain.
Really? This bit's fine?
Yeah, because it's way harder for criminal enterprises like that to move money across the border.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay, that actually does make sense.
They do a bunch of robbing, get loads of money in England, can't get the money back to Ireland, so they buy a bunch of shit, take that there, because that's way easier to transport, and then sell it there.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it did make sense, that. But then... she has to pretend so part of this deal is they need someone from a legitimate painting authentication place to authenticate. This picture is real, but they need to prove it to IRA.
Yeah.
So they can't get anyone. Too short notice, can't pay anyone. Can't do it. So Joan has to learn how to authenticate paintings.
Fuck me.
And pretend to be the painting authenticator.
Why not just wait a bit longer?
Yeah, why didn't they just not do that?
Yeah.
It's like the police are kind of sniffing round Boise because he's a criminal and that. So the idea is maybe if he keeps it hidden, they might find it and they might get caught. So they do need to get rid of it. It's not all awful decisions. Well, on Joan's part it is. But, so, long story short... Police are following Joan at this point, obviously, because, like...
She's dating a wanted criminal who might have connections to a recent piece of art that's gone missing.
While she's been arrested recently for stealing the car.
Yeah, and she's
also been seen on the scene of the crime. And when this woman who saw her has described her, there's an artist sketch that looks exactly like her. So they're obviously tailing her.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
So she goes and authenticates this painting for IRA, and then police just storm them and arrest these IRA people and her. But...
So now she's also got corroborating with terrorists on it as well, on her charges.
Yeah.
I hate this woman. I'm like glad that she's not going to see a kid ever again.
Well,
that's like a happy ending.
Well... So, Boise, though, isn't in that room when it happens, so he, gets away.
Yeah.
So, at this point, you'd be thinking, leave the bitch!
Yeah.
Here's even more reason why to... IRA burns down his warehouse with all his valuables in.
Okay, yeah.
All his criminal stuff that's worth... Like, he literally says, my entire life's in here.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
she's in prison. IRA is trying to kill her in prison as well.
Yeah,
he's out of prison, and IRA wants to kill him, and they've burnt down his whole life.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm trying to skip details. She gets out on bail, so she's then like, "Fuck, what are we gonna do?" And she somehow convinces them they need to do one last big job. And if I'm boys, I'd be thinking, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
You've just destroyed my entire life.
Yeah.
And you wanted me to... Basically, she plans this insane job where she's going to get a job back at that same jeweller's that she stole the diamonds from, and somehow he's not noticed they're gone.
Yeah, whatever happened with those diamonds? Did she just never get around to doing anything with them?
What did happen with those diamonds? They were in the warehouse that burnt down.
Why were they there?
Because she didn't want to tell him where the diamonds were, Boise, at the start, because he didn't fully trust him. He didn't want to tell her where his warehouse was because all his shit's in there. So they basically did a whole, I'll show you where my diamonds are if you tell me where your warehouse are, and we can trust each other more.
Why even do that? Why not just have their own private...
Because she needs him to sell them. She doesn't know how to get a fence to sell them.
Okay, alright, okay.
Ask me other logical question of why would he do it then?
I don't even want to know.
I don't have a fucking clue, mate. That's the answer. And because I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I did skip over the bit where they got married out of nowhere.
Oh, that just happened then. Okay.
I can't remember which part that happened in.
Okay.
But Boise and Joan got married. That was stupid.
Okay.
Another thing with this whole... Well, I'll get to that at the end. So she plans this heist where they're going to steal all the jewels from that jeweler that she used to work at. But she gets her job back there first.
Okay.
And this job is ludicrous. And she's doing it while she's on bail.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is insane. And the plan is, so far as Boys is aware, she's going to seduce this guy, get him into back. Then she's going to unlock the doors. And Boise and... their other guy, what's the other guy called? There's this black guy who I can't remember his name. He's been helping him out with crimes the whole time. They're going to come in, massive fucking guns, intimidate this guy, don't you fucking move, and then other one's going to use Joan's keys, open all cabinets, everything goes in the bag. Terrible plan. And then there's a getaway driver. So, fucking awful plan. What she doesn't... So the plan is to do that, get all that, sell it quick, straight away.
Because as we know, if you do a crime quick enough, you cannot be persecuted for it.
No, not sell it quick. Sorry, escape to Spain, where they've already got some criminal connections.
Okay,
right, and sell it all there
with the mass amount of stolen jewellery.
Yes.
Okay.
They're going on a ferry.
Oh, good.
So it's less airport security and stuff.
Nice.
So they can,
yeah.
So and then once they've kind of managed to clean all their money, launder it and that, get a big house, nice stuff like that, they're going to come back and get her daughter.
They're going to come back into the country they fled from with all of this.
Yeah, while she's on bail and stuff. So they're going to sneak back and kidnap her daughter when they get back.
Okay, right. Yeah.
So rather than waiting to do that, what she decides to do is build in a midway point of this heist where she kidnaps her daughter anyway.
Oh, during the heist. That's the heist is going on. She just worked that into the plan as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I hate this cunt, honestly. I hate her.
It's so stupid, isn't it?
I hate her.
I feel so bad, because the whole time, by the way, she knows her daughter is with a really nice family. Got loads of money, they put her in private school, and they want to adopt her. Like, they love this kid, she's doing so well, and Joan, like, says this shit to herself, she knows it.
Yeah.
And she just don't give a shit. So, basically, they're setting up to do this heist, right? Joan's in the place. Boise comes in, he's talking to Joan and setting up the start of the heist.
Yeah.
While it's only them two in earshot, he's like, we've got to bail, driver's pulled out.
Okay.
So at that point, you're like, fucking hell. Like, within 2 hours, they're meant to be at the docks with all this shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. So she's like, no, we need to go ahead. We need to go ahead. You are fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
She's like, find another driver. In an hour?
Yeah.
Within an hour?
Yeah.
Find another driver?
Yeah.
That's the point where it just utterly broke me.
Yeah.
I was like, at that point, literally, I said, "Oh, just fucking get arrested or get killed."
Yeah, I know. That's what I want.
Already, I was fighting it off.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, "Oh, just fucking lose then."
Yeah.
I'm just sick of you.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, being the fucking sucker that he obviously is, he does. He goes and tries to find someone. The driver ends up being that black guy now, rather than this other driver that we get.
Yeah.
The other gunsman is her boyfriend from the start.
Oh!
Not great.
No, that's not going to go well.
Boise only finds this out as they're going into the store.
Right.
So, I'm just, like, skipping some details. This cunt obviously fucks it all up. And Boise gets shot and killed.
Okay, how did that happen? Who shot him? Was it the other dude?
It was Bernard. So, the jewellery guy.
The jewellery guy, the pervert.
Oh, God, basically.
Yeah.
The guy who was holding the double barrel was Darren.
Yeah.
And he, like, he ended up dropping it on the floor right in front of Bernard at some point.
Hell.
And then he tries to shoot Joan, and Boise stops him, and it's just fucked, mate, honestly. And so Darren runs back into the car with a bunch of jewels, not all of them, but loads of them. Mm-hmm. And black guy, I wish I'd remembered his name. I can't. Let's call him Alan for now.
Okay.
Alan drives off, fucking, so far as I know. When he gets in his head, Boise got himself shot, so he's like, well, fuck, I'm gonna have to drive off.
Yeah.
So Joan, he's in this alley with Boise dying, and he dies in this alley.
Yeah.
So she hears sirens coming, because obviously there's going to be sirens. But so she runs off. I'm thinking, well, what the fuck are we doing? Where are you going to go now?
Yeah.
What do you expect? So I just figured that that'd be end. She'd get caught, and that'd be it.
No.
She manages to get away by stealing another car. And guess what she decides to do next?
Did she go to see her daughter? My God. My God.
She still kidnaps her daughter.
My fucking God.
And takes her to this weird abandoned caravan?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what's this? How do you know about what's going on here?
Yeah.
What's this caravan doing here? What are you doing?
Yeah.
There's a scene as well where a daughter finds the gun from that in her bag.
Yeah.
And he's like pointing at her face and shit. Like not going
yeah.
but like looking at it all, and I'm going, ah! So I just really didn't like a gun pointed at like a 6-year-old's face. I just really didn't like that.
Yeah.
And she kind of has a breakdown and then gives a kid back.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she flees. I think.
Oh God.
Oh yeah,
I'm allergic to bad writing. Holy shit!
I think she hands herself in or something, and she does. She only does 4 years, I think, after all that. And then there's a scene at the end where, and she doesn't get killed by the IRA in prison, so that wasn't fine.
Okay.
There's a scene at the end where she stood on one of these cliffs in Spain, and Alan comes up to her and is like, "Oh," says some shite, and she's like, "Have you got my money from that job?" And he chucks a duffel bag down, so she gets some money. And he's like, he says something like, this was hilarious, hilariously bad. She says something like, "Oh, I've heard of a few, I've got a few jobs out here if you're interested," or something. And she says, like, in some weird thing that's obviously meant to be some like empowering moment.
Yeah.
She looks like directed out camera where she's meant to be looking at him. "I'm not doing any jobs with men ever again." As if it were like men's fault. I was literally, I stood up, I was going, "It was you! You messed all this up! You got your boyfriend killed! Stop it! That was you!
Yeah.
What are you talking about?" And I'm not joking. She looks down, directly down camera and says, "I'm talking to you. Fuck off." Like the audience. Like, just at that point. And I was like, "Me? Fuck off? Me?
Yeah.
You fuck off, Joan. You fuck off."
What a shit show. Can I rate that? I want to rate that 15.
I gave it 38. Now, the more actually, that's not a 38. It needs less than that. The more I think about, because I kind of enjoyed the first few episodes out of 8 or 9, but now I think about them, they were stupid. So God, Britain's Got Talent. It's probably worse than that, actually. I enjoyed Dragon Ball Evolution more in total, I think. I think The Revenant, 31.
Yeah.
God damn it, John. I just thought it'd be like telling you the story of that.
That nearly gave me a headache, that.
And one of the really annoying things about it, and I was saying this in last episode, how the fuck, she was so mardy with everyone. Like, the amount of times she'd be like nasty and rude to Boise. And I was saying, you've got fuck all. You're homeless with a baggage of a daughter, and he's got a criminal enterprise, an antique shop, a nice apartment. He's a good-looking guy. Like, how does this bitch think that she can start mouthing off at him and get away with it? He's a criminal. Why don't he slap the shit out of her? What's she gonna do? Like, it's unbelievable. And she does it to everyone. Like, the IRA people, well, not them, but like that driver that left at end, she's fucking stressing about this ridiculous plan that she's doing. She's mouthing off at him. He's a hardened criminal and all sorts. And, like, especially back in the 80s when women weren't seen as, like, you know, as quite as equal. I was thinking, there's not a chance in the real-life version of this she was that bitchy to everyone. Not a chance. No one would have worked with her. They'd have killed her.
Yeah.
And it were really, and it was so annoying. And it were like, not only was it annoying and unrealistic, it were annoying to watch. You're a British character. And it's quite a common thing for people who don't know how to write well. They'll write arguments. Because it's so easy to write an argument. And it felt like that's what was happening a lot.
Yeah.
It was just, I hated how much she thought she could get away with from this really terrible position she was in. Fucking stupid show. I'm glad I got that out, though. Got that out of my system. The podcast, then. A little reminiscing. Unless you've got anything else to add to the spreadsheet, by the way.
I haven't got anything.
I don't know if I've put dates on stuff, though. Did I? Let me see if there's anything else on here real quick. No, nothing new. It's fine. Podcast. So this is the last normal episode. Like I said, there will be the special that we need to just organise once we get to it. We're not going to be putting anything out on the internet, but we'll still have like Thursday nights doing whatever we're on about doing. Thank goodness you're here. I think we should probably do that next. I mean, starting next week, I suppose. I can buy that. We could play that here. Not Boxing Day, and maybe not January 2nd. But other than that, that'll be as a weekly thing that we do. Either play some games or watch a film, whatever. All that sort of shit. In terms of the podcast, what's going to happen to it is all the content we've made on Streams Badly, I'm going to unlist it. Okay. So all be gone from the internet. So this podcast is not going to exist very long.
Damn.
No one will be able to see it. We'll be able to see it. We can go on the channel and see anything we want, because we still might want to look at some clips and stuff that were funny from way back when, but no one will be able to see it anymore. It might be fully deleted from like Spotify and stuff like that, but it'll still be on YouTube unlisted anyway. There's VODs from like Twitch and Kick, and maybe the clips will stay on those, but that's about it. Not that you care about any of this massively, as noted with the fart. But I just thought it's worth mentioning on the podcast. Reminiscing then, Judd. Any thoughts? Any memorable moments from the podcast? How long have we been doing this shit now? When did we do that? Shall I find out when we did the first podcast? Should probably look on YouTube, actually. The weird thing is, it was on my second channel first. Do you remember?
Yes.
I think that's called that. There it is. So that's where I've put my one of my Tony Hawk's records before. I've thought about beating that again, by the way. I kind of want to do another speedrun of it. 5 years ago, May 20th, 2019 was the first podcast that we published. Half a decade. That's crazy. Look how young we look.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look how fat I've got.
Damn.
Wow. You just have a bit more beard.
I have more beard. I have a lot more beard.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
You had a little bit of beard there. I've got a lot more me. Oh dear. But yeah. I don't remember, because it's not the first thing we obviously I've been making YouTube videos longer than this. And you've been in YouTube videos that I made kind of back then. But this, like, when it was Games Badly, that was when we first did stuff together, weren't it? God, I just don't even know. I can't even think when. It must have been late 2018 or something like that we set it up to do live streams.
I feel like it's a little. Well, oh wait, no, it won't. Well, no, it won't have been. Will it have been 5 years? Yeah.
So yeah, so it'll been kind of 6 years since we started doing that. So when people say, "Oh, why don't you keep doing it? You have to stick at stuff." I think 6 years
I think
is probably enough. And do you remember right at the start we used to stream 3 days a week, like on an evening, and it'd be whatever we wanted to do.
Yeah.
There's not a chance we'd have enough time to do anything like that now. No. That's crazy.
I wouldn't want to. I half the time I don't want to come over to do this because I'm just like so tired from work or fucking whatever that I'm just like.
Yeah. I'm glad we do though, and I still think what I worry about going forward is if we've not got something that we're publishing like this, that you'll not be motivated enough. And I think it's important to not let that be a factor.
Yeah, to be honest, I probably won't be, but it's like not by a whole lot. It's just like today, I was just like, God, I'm so fucking good for them.
Yeah, right. I know, but it's worth it. It's like I do badminton with my mum every Wednesday now, and I've been doing that for a year. And there's so many days where I can't be asked to go and do that. But I'm really glad that we do try and be as strict as possible and do it. And I definitely think that that's something we should do with this. And if anything, perhaps you might be more motivated if it's just playing games or something that you want to do anyway. If it makes it easier, I can come to your house because we don't need a setup like this to do it or whatever. But yeah, so that's what it started. Games badly back then, 3 times a week. Just on Twitch, wasn't it? And the reason that we started it, I had the Twitch channel that I dabbled in years before, but I thought I'll do it with you so that it's easy to get started. But this was because you were kind of getting to an adult and had like no plans of anything to kind of stabilise your life. Yeah. And I was thinking, well, if he's not doing anything, at least he can like stream games or whatever. Because you only wanted to play games. That was the only thing you wanted to do all the time. So, well, at least let's try and attempt something that could get a career out of him doing that. And that was the idea of doing this. I always thought, it's a massive long shot.
And you tried to make a career out of it, and I went, oh, it's boring now. And I went into construction.
Yeah. Maybe I should do a construction channel with you and see if you get bored of that quickly.
Yeah. And then go into YouTube.
But and then I think the podcast came about because it was an easy thing to film. Yeah. Because we were getting to the point where we were getting a bit busier, and then a podcast just super easy to just hit go. Yeah. And we enjoyed doing that. So there was points though. Do you remember when we had regular segments and it were getting a little bit too, I don't know, like professional? I don't want to call it professional, but a bit too planned. I don't like that so much. I like the regular traditions of doing certain things at certain times.
I don't know. I liked trying to do like Freak of the Weeks and stuff. I think Freak of the Week were probably my favourite section, but I just
should we hear the jingles? Do you want to hear them again? I've got them.
I ran out of freaks. I generally just ran out of freaks.
So there was one where we did. So Freak of the Week was this.
Freak of the week.
And I got you to say that in there and manipulated it. Then we had this one, which was, what was this?
Debate. Was that where we like had opposing views?
Yeah, this is where we had to we'd do some stupid debate. I'd basically present a premise. So it might be like, who is the best villain in all of media? That was one of them. I think we did. Mm-hmm. You'd pick something, and then I'd have to pick anything but that one, and try and tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah.
We're missing one though because we had that. What was the other one we had? Because there was the WikiHow thing where we'd go on WikiHow and take it very literally.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had a name for that. But there was another segment we had. What was it? It's going to be really boring trying to think of it now.
I don't know.
I had it in my brain, but I've forgotten. We definitely had another segment that I did a jingle for, because there was 3 jingles, I think. But anyway, yeah, that was fun. Freak of the Week. And those are the 3 segments I remember anyway. And I remember getting Dad on the podcast and trying to do the segments with him, and he just didn't understand at all. It's hilarious for us to watch, but I bet it's rubbish content. It was funny having Dad on the podcast remotely. I remember, do you remember when we gave him a survey and got the survey results from him?
Yeah.
That was funny. I'm trying to think of any other funny things that we did. Obviously, a lot of like trips and stories and things like that. But we definitely did some segments. I mean, my favourite podcast we've ever done was probably the 100 podcast special.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I think you still liked doing it at that point. And we had a lot of segments and stuff. Then the 200 was pretty good when we did the Beer World Cup and everything. But yeah, any other memorable moments? Any favourites? Any thoughts, Judd?
No, my only thought is that I'm never going to do a podcast with a man ever again. That means you. Fuck off.
Yeah, you audience member.
You audience member, the one of you fuck off, said Joan.
Well, it's not going to be the very last one, obviously, so if we have any like thoughts or memory lanes to talk about in the finale, then maybe we will. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And do you remember the metal intro I made for us, which we'll be using on the next one for podcast specials? That's what this is for.
And it's all going away forever.
It is. All these assets that I've spent loads of time working hard on, it's all leaving. Good riddance.
Yeah,
I say good riddance.
Good riddance.
Right, that's the end of this one. We'll Winter Games weekend. Are we going to stream that or not? It's a bit undecided. We probably won't, but who knows? We'll see. And then we'll see you for the big finale.